Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to take a look at the Mumbo Jumbo, the Sherman Jumbo, the M4A3E2. Now, this tank is actually a really nice tank. It is a collectible. It got taken away from us in update 5.5. Now, looking at this compared to all the Easy 8s, obviously you've got the Easy 8, you've got the Rudolph, and you have the Fury. Now, the last three have all better DPM. It's pretty much the same gun, but everything else has much DPM, much more DPM. The aim time, dispersion is all very similar. The gun depression on this is 8 degrees, whereas the others are like 12 or something stupid. But the big difference between this tank is the armor profile. Now, the armor on this, the turret, is 152 millimeters. Now, compare that to all the Easy 8s is, 80 millimeters on the Easy 8, 76 and 76 on the other two, and the whole armor is 102, which is almost double as well. Now, other big difference is there is only 66 people playing this tank in the last 90 days. Compare that to the Easy 8, where that is 874. Now, that is basically because this tank is now a collectible, whereas the Easy 8 is still in the tech tree. I miss this tank. I really do miss this tank. If you did have this tank and you sold it in 5.5 for the gold, you should get this back. You really should get this back. I miss playing it, and playing it on my press account, I am definitely going to be getting this tank back on my main account. It is another tank that I wish Wargaming would bring back. Whether they sell it outright or I don't know, but it's definitely a tank to keep in your garage. Not many people are playing it. It's still quite a difficult tank to ace, actually. But we're going to show you a couple of games, and this game is nothing special, but I just wanted to really show you the armor profile on this thing. Now, it's not a brick wall. It's not a brick wall, so you can be penetrated. But considering it is a tier 6 tank, and already straight up, yes, I lost a lot of hit points, but I also blocked 1000 damage there, and that is just showing how the armor profile can work, especially in sort of tier 5, tier 6 games. Tier 7, of course, you're going to get penetrated a lot easier than in say this game. But the armor profile for this compared to the Easy 8, the Easy 8, you can't really bounce that much. It hasn't got the armor. You can get the troll bounces. Of course, you can get troll bounces on freaking any tank. But this, you can actually reliably bounce shots. 1000 block damage. That's more than our hit points. We would have been taken out within 30 seconds of the game if our armor profile, or if our armor didn't live up to its name. So you can see here, we are going to win. We are going to win this game. It is a 5 versus 4. We're going to go for the Churchill here with our team. Our team is all going around. They have caught a supremacy base, so we do need to keep that in mind as well. But for now, we are winning on supremacy points, and we're just going to all go pretty much together and go for the isolated tank, which is the tier 5 Churchill, which, may I add, is a horrible tank. So did you guys own this tank when it was in the tech tree? Did you guys own it? I've always loved these Shermans. Most Shermans are pretty good, to be honest. They're not the best, but most Sherman tanks are good in one way or another. They are all similar. They've mostly got good DPM. Obviously, this one loses out on the DPM, but it gains on the armor, which I don't mind. You have to lose something to gain that armor. So I really don't mind losing that DPM, because, you can have 3000 DPM, but if I wouldn't have blocked 1265 damage right here, we would have been dead. So that DPM wouldn't mean nothing. So you'll see that with quite a lot, like things like the mouse, tanks like that's got armor, it hasn't got DPM, so you have to lose something. If you've got DPM and you've got the armor, then this tank would 100% be broken. Now, we're going to have a game here on Middlesbrough. Now, we are top tier. There's only a couple of tier 5s, and I just wanted to show you again how good this tank can be with that damage. Just because it hasn't got the DPM that the Easy 8 has got, or the Rudolph, or the Fury, it doesn't mean that you can't have good games. So we are going to push up. It is supremacy, so we're going to push up towards the C cap here. And as I've said before, with the armor profile, the armor profile really does work. Now, we are playing very aggressive, but we do have our team behind. Their team is all over me. So I need to focus on a tank. I need to aim at this T-37. He's the juicy target, and if I get my armor profile in his face in a certain angle, then we will bounce shots. So we have bounced 480 already. Make that 640, and we've got this guy down to basically now he is a one shot. So there goes that T-37. We have now done 1,000 damage, and we've blocked 800. So this is what I'm saying about the armor profile. It comfortably works. It works reliably, but you can't just roll up and expect bounces. You need to get that angle. The front plate is very troll. The turret is very, very strong as well. But rolling up against the enemy and just directly facing them will not work that way. You need to angle a little bit. Even if you go hold down, it works hold down. You can side scrape. The whole tank is generally good, and it's definitely a tank I would recommend you to get. If you've previously owned it, it's definitely a tank I recommend you to buy back, and it's definitely a tank I want Wargaming to bring back for sale. Bring it back for sale, Wargaming. It's a tier 6. I hope they do start bringing these collectible tanks back for sale outright. Maybe for gold or a bit of money. I don't know. But they don't often sell these collectibles now. They bring them in battle passes, like the tier 4s, the tier 3s and stuff. And of course the tier 6s, they bring us a battle pass tank. But I really wish that they would sell these tanks again, because they are good tanks. A lot of these collectibles are really, really good tanks, just like this one. Now, this last tank is just about gone. There he goes. So we blocked 1,000 damage. So again, we block more damage than our hit points, and we end on 2,397 damage. We do get a first class and the high caliber, and we completely carried the team there, almost double more than the next team, the teammate. So it is a tank that works. It is a tank I enjoy, and it's definitely a tank I am going to restore back. I mean, a few hundred gold. What's a few hundred gold for a tank like this? Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm Meadsy. Wargaming, bring this tank back. I'll see you soon. With